Hey guys, it's Brandon Miniman from Pocketnow.com. Today is a day that I've been waiting for about 11 months now. Well, actually about 23 months. Because the iPhone 4S really didn't do much for me. It wasn't that exciting. I was bored by it very quickly. It was just an iteration from the iPhone 4. Today, Apple announced a relatively big leap from the iPhone 4S, the iPhone 5, and in this video, I'm going to tell you what I hate about it and what I love about it. Let's get to it. So I'm going to group this into two parts, what I love and what I hate. What I love about the new iPhone, and by the way, isn't it hilarious or amazing, or I don't even know what the word is, that we saw this phone many, many months ago. We started to see the front panels of the phone, the back panels of the phone, the interior of the phone. Some people went so far as to make a real-life mock-up. On The Verge, there was a video of the iPhone 5, and it was the exact same iPhone 5 that we saw today. Apple obviously has a major problem with keeping their secrets secret, and their suppliers are letting things leak way too early. And it's really disappointing because we already saw the iPhone 5. We were hoping on Pocketnow that hopefully there would be a different design, and what we were seeing was kind of a hoax and a trick by Apple, but that wasn't the case. The leaks turned out to be true. So here's what I love about the iPhone 5 to get back to what I was saying. I love that the iPhone 5 is an iteration in every way of the iPhone 4S. Literally every single specification and parameter has been bumped up a notch. For example, the design is improved. No longer is there glass on the back, just glass on the front. And that was really annoying to have glass on the back because you drop your phone, you'd have 2 times the chance of cracking something. Now with metal on the back, you might scar the metal or you might scratch the metal, but you're not going to crack the metal. So your phone is a little bit more safe and secure, especially if you don't use a case. Another thing I love about the upgraded iPhone 4S technically is that it's got a bigger screen. The iPhone 5 now has a 4-inch screen, and what Apple keenly did is that they didn't make the width a bit bigger of the phone, they just made it taller. So what you get is the same size keyboard, and now when the keyboard's open you get to see more screen elements at one time, which is fantastic. They've bumped the screen resolution to 1136 down by 640 across, crazy screen resolution, but they kept the Retina 326 ppi pixel density to be able to have that really clear screen. And interestingly, what they're doing with old legacy apps that aren't upgraded to fit the bigger screen is that they're putting the app in the center of the screen and putting black bars on the top and the bottom. A reasonable compromise. It's going to be annoying for a while until we get the upgraded apps, but as we learned with the iPad Retina display update and the iPhone 3GS to the 4, it'll take about 4 or 5 weeks and everything major will be upgraded. The new iPhone 5 is LTE. Anyone could have predicted that. It should have LTE. All the newer Android phones have LTE. The Windows phones have LTE. It's not that big of a deal. It has a new A6 processor, which Apple claims to have 2 times the performance of the 4S. And the 4S is a pretty fast phone. It does slow down at times. The Galaxy S3 beats the 4S. The One X beats the 4S. So we really needed to see a processor spec bump in order to compete with the high-end Android smartphones that are out there. We don't know if the A6 is quad-core or dual-core. We'll find out soon. But what matters is that it's faster, which is great. Another thing that's been bumped up above the 4S is battery life. It's got better battery life than the 4S. That's predictable, once again, just the way things should be. With each passing generation of technological device, things should get better. Battery life chief among them. Another thing that they did is they made the camera better, but not by that much. They've added a lot of little technologies. They didn't increase the number of megapixels. It's still at 8 megapixels, but I guess that's to be expected. It's not about the number of megapixels. It's about the quality of the photo. So there's better low light performance, there's panorama mode, and some other cool stuff, which will hopefully make what I think was the best camera phone ever, the iPhone 4S, overshadowed by the iPhone 5. Hopefully the pictures are just as good. Here's a little innovation that I love that I really didn't predict. It has 3 microphones. It's got one on the earpiece, one on the bottom for calls, and one on the back. So it really helps to take good audio with video. And finally, some really cool enhancements to call features. It's got it has wideband audio, which has to be supported by the carrier to be able to allow you to hear lower frequencies and higher frequencies. Because right now, everything's kind of in the middle when you make a phone call. It sounds like AM radio. With wideband audio, it's getting a little bit closer, I guess, to FM radio, where you can hear a little bit more of the dynamic range. Also, another change that they made The iPhone 4S had great noise cancellation when you would talk into it, and now the iPhone 5 has noise cancellation through the earpiece. So it will listen to the ambient noise if you're in a loud bar, and it will change the audio output based on your environment, which is fantastic. So that's what I love about the iPhone 5. I love that literally they went through every box of the iPhone 4S and made everything better. Albeit, a lot of things were predictable here. And that's what I really don't like about the iPhone 5. What I hate about the iPhone 4S is that everything that I just talked about, with the exception of a couple things, were predictable. If you and your friends got in a room and sat there for 5 hours, 4 hours, whatever, and tried to think about how to make the iPhone 5, what you would put in it, you could figure out exactly what Apple did. They upgraded the camera, they put LTE in there, better battery life, bigger screen. Apple has stopped surprising us, which is something that's very upsetting to a technology enthusiast such as myself. It seems that Apple is more so interested in selling hardware now than they are in making innovation happen and pushing the industry forward. So there's no doubt about it that the iPhone 5 is going to be an awesome phone. It's the sum of a lot of great parts, and it's going to be one of the best smartphones for the next 12 months. Problem is, there's already a lot of competition out there. The Galaxy S3 has a higher resolution screen, the One X has a higher resolution screen, the Lumia 920 has a higher resolution screen, and you could go on and on. The Droid Razr HD Max has much, much better battery life. More than ever, there are phones out there that already compete with the iPhone 5. It's not the kind of thing where the iPhone 5 is years ahead of the competitors. That's just not the case. That said, I'm looking forward to using the iPhone 5. I think it's going to be a great package, has a lot of great features, just an all-around good phone for people that just want an awesome experience. Anyway, enough rambling. What do you think about the iPhone 5? What do you love and what do you hate? Please leave a comment and let us know. And we have a lot more iPhone 5 coverage coming up soon. And of course, a full review, tons of comparisons, and all that good stuff coming up as soon as that guy starts shipping. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.